empathy versus pride. Know the man you're dealing with, okay? And when you have a soft guy, a sweet guy, a gentle guy, a guy who's very loving, very nurturing, you're going to take the empath mode. If you have a guy that's very into himself, very ego-driven, honestly, sugar daddy coded, things like that, or men who love competition, very competitive, whatever, you want to take the pride mode. It's never about the money. It's about how he perceives you, which is why I always tell y'all, it's your job to be an experience. It's your job to be the fantasy girl in the fantasy world. It's your job to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, okay? You have to be that. Securing the bag is all about securing the energy that he feels towards you, not the bag itself. If you really want to know how to unlock the provision in a man or unlock provider mode in a man naturally, this is the video for you. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dash. So this is a long-awaited video that I'm asked about all the time, and I was really trying to think about how I could make this in a video format because it's more energy than anything. But in this video, I'm breaking down the energy for you to fully understand, okay? This is how you get that man to spend, girl. So if you really want to know how to unlock the provision in a man or unlock provider mode in a man naturally, this is the video for you. Now, we're going to rapid fire it because I have a lot to do today. And I didn't do, like I told you, I didn't bash this week. I thought I was going to bash yesterday, but no, because I wanted to look at my list for the different themes of videos that I wanted to give you and figure it out, okay? So either way, any link you need below is in the description box. Follow me on every platform. You're always going to learn something, see something cute, see something valuable, find a new upgrade for your life, whatever, okay? So make sure you're following me on every single platform. My tags are in the description below. I'll put them here on the screen and here on the screen. And boom, let's go. So first things first, when it comes to feminine energy that makes them splurge, makes them spend, it's all about the psychology of provision, okay? So I put 2 points here for the psychology of provision. One, understand men are wired to provide, but they only provide for the women that they deem valuable and worthy, okay? That's why I always tell people, it's never a win when you get a man with some money, because if he got some money and he don't want to spend it on you, then what's the point, okay? And then two, you have to trigger the provider instinct, and it's not about asking. It's all about making him want to spend. There's a difference between a man who wants to spend freely and a man who resists, okay? A fine line between the two. It's never about the money. It's about how he perceives you, which is why I always tell y'all, it's your job to be an experience. It's your job to be the fantasy girl in the fantasy world. It's your job to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, okay? You have to be that. Securing the bag is all about securing the energy that he feels towards you, not the bag itself. That's the psychology of provision. That's the first thing you need to understand, is how provision even works. It's not any man that doesn't feel wired to provide. Something went wrong there along the journey, okay? Trauma, them liking men. I mean, there's a lot of different fucking things that could, completely deem that not relevant anymore. The next thing is the feminine energy that unlocks generosity. Energy of I accept, I receive, makes a man want to give, okay? Not the Miss Independent, not the I can handle this on my own. No, men love to feel needed. They don't like needy women, but they love to feel needed because, like I said, the wiring of a man is naturally set to provision mode, okay? So they want to feel needed. They want to feel like they're doing something, but they don't want to feel obligated to do it. You know what I'm saying? They want to feel like they're doing it because they want to do it. But understanding that being in receiver mode, being in the I accept your help mode, being in I value you being here for me mode is going to get you a lot further than being Miss Independent. The next thing is your presence is a privilege, and I've taught y'all this for years, but the grace and the elegance of a woman that understands her presence is the gift. Me being here, me taking the time to put on this makeup, put on this outfit, look good as fuck for you, and the men with the money value that. Okay, that was one of my favorite things about... I have so many exes that are favorites because I learned things from these men, and I always have beautiful experiences with them, right? But it was one who just absolutely adored the way I would always put in so much effort before dates. And it's like, you know what? Thank you. Because I did start this look fucking 2 hours ago. So you should fawn over me. You should die for how I look right now because I do look fucking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that a man values that, knowing that he appreciates that just makes it even hotter. You know what I mean? Knowing that he takes the time to acknowledge all the little things. He would even acknowledge my nail designs. That's my type of man, okay? And not in a feminine way, girl. Just like, oh, you're just so elegant. You're so put together. I know, babe. Period, okay? Like, those things matter, okay? So be that elegant girl. Be that girl whose presence is a privilege because it's a lot of work that went into this look, baby, okay? And then on top of the fact of that is the mystique and the exclusivity. I talk y'all about that all the time. This is the key to unlocking that next level generosity, okay? Him knowing that can't anybody just go out with you, can't anybody just take you to dinner, Can't anybody just have a conversation with you and ask you what you're doing and you get them a sincere response? Girl, okay? Like, those things, like, really, really, really matter. And it makes him feel like he's earning your time. It's an investment. You know what I'm saying? Like your time is an investment, you know? And when you put yourself in a position like that, you put yourself in another level of importance in a man's life. And then this one, I think it's overlooked and where so many of you fuck up, okay? The playfulness and the charm of it all. Are you charming? Are you playful? Are you exciting? Are you funny? Are you goofy? Or are you stiff as fuck all the time? Because if you're stiff as fuck all the time, you're not going to find something that works for you, because that's not what the men want. Especially when they're very successful in their business, they look for fun in their relationship. So if you have a stick up your ass, or you're nitpicky about everything, or you're really miserable inside, you know, I can remember this one girl. Oh, fuck, I can't even remember what season, because I always watch the My Thoughts recap videos. I don't watch the actual show, but it was this one girl on Love is Blind, and she had lost weight, and like you could just tell she was still miserable, just the way she was. Like, you know, she was still probably getting used to her new body, and she just, her personality wasn't tea, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she was the downfall of their relationship early on, because he was good, he was raised in a good family, he was privileged, she wasn't, you know, and she was such a bitch to him. And it's just like, you know, if you were just more playful and more light and more lovely, this man would change whatever it is about himself that you don't like, which is also negative, but he's that type of guy. He would make sure she was happy, but she was such a fucking bitch that you can never get there. You know what I mean? So the playfulness, the charm, the softness, you should be able to be that with your man. And these are the things that are going to open him up to wanting to provide more for you. Okay? The next thing, and it's the most important thing, especially when it comes to high value standards, it's the energy of high maintenance alone without having to say or explain it, right? You know who's spending hella money on themselves all the time without having to put yourself in a position of figuring out, are they really spending this money on themselves? And men with money know that, okay? So I remember I used to say this with like sugar baby shit, like, you know, you asking a man for $4,000, but do you even look like you know how to spend $4,000? If the answer is no, then babe, we might need to do some adjustments, okay? So you have to understand that men don't mind spending on women who expect luxury as their standard, but they do mind feeling pressure. So if they know that you're trying, that they're being used to get exposed to a new level of life, it's not going to make as much sense. But if they know they're just stepping up to the standard that you already are at, then it makes sense. And it's the one thing I always teach y'all about men and people. People are going to treat you how you treat yourself. So what's the standard of the way you treat yourself, right? And that doesn't mean he can't level you up, right? But say, for instance, you want a spa trip every 2 weeks, but do you even go to the spa once a month? You know what I'm saying? Like, or do you go to the spa once a quarter? Like, what the fuck? You know, everything got to kind of like be in alignment with like the level or the standard that you're setting for your life. This next one goes back to me telling you about how you shouldn't be impressed by everything, right? Be used to shit. Be used to shit, okay? You can't act like money and opportunities and trips and shopping is new to you or foreign to you. This shit is like, and I had a question on the show the other day. It was an excellent question. That was about, you know, how do you do that if you aren't used to shit? You frame your brain to a state of, finally, I'm around the right man. Finally, I'm around the right people. Finally, I understand. Finally, these people get me. Finally, I have attracted what I deserve, rather than being shocked about it. No, baby, you just locked in. You tapped in finally. And it should be like, yes, type of thing versus, oh my God, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Takes practice, but train your brain, okay? And then another big one here is confidence versus entitlement. I put here, you have to expect to be treated well, but don't demand. Remember, I taught you about commanding versus demanding, okay? It's the energy shift that's going to make the difference, okay? And then one other thing, because like I said, this is rapid fire. I'm really trying to finish this video really quick because I got to go in like 3 minutes, no lie, okay? But the power of a soft ask. Okay, so the soft ask versus like the just aggressive ask. The two things I always used to teach you guys, specifically in the sugar dating days, was empathy versus pride. Know the man you're dealing with, okay? And when you have a soft guy, a sweet guy, a gentle guy, a guy who's very loving, very nurturing, you're going to take the empath mode. If you have a guy that's very into himself, very ego-driven, honestly, sugar daddy coded, things like that, or men who love competition, very competitive, whatever, you want to take the pride mode. The pride mode kind of primes a man to know, like, hey, babe, if you don't do this, I'm going to get somebody else to do it. The empathetic mode is more like, babe, I would so love this, or I would so appreciate this. Like, oh, da-da-da-da, okay? So some more examples I put here. You can do the hint method, which is, OMG, I love Jimmy Choo, but I don't get it for myself enough. That man really fuck with you, baby. He's gonna make sure he takes you to Jimmy Choo to get what you want. Okay, I said Jimmy Choo because that's my favorite shoe designer, but to each his own, whatever you like, okay? Another one is the experience tie-ins. I'd love to go to, I'm just trying to think of a restaurant. I always recommend Jaya to the girlies who haven't had a really nice day night on the beach in Miami. So we'll use Jaya for example. But say I had never been to Jaya, I could be like, I'd love to go to Jaya for dinner one night. I've only been to their brunch before. You're setting yourself up. Okay, you're throwing little alley-oops at his ass. Now, if you have a man that really just loves to show you experiences, which is what I tend to attract, I'm always exposed to some shit by my man. Okay, but they'll come up with their own shit. But just in case you don't have a guy who, sometimes men need help knowing how to spend their money. That don't mean they don't know, they don't love nice shit, but sometimes they just don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the type of guy that you're dating. I personally think a lot of the men that I date have their assistants do all the hard work for them, because I have been exposed to a lot of different shit from my dating experiences, and it's kind of like, damn, he thought of that? Nah, a woman was somewhere in the mix, and you know, whatever. So the next thing is the gentle redirect. So this one's a really good one if somebody sets up a date and it's at a place you really don't like. And I feel like that's still an important thing when you first start dating somebody. Like, see where they want to take you and think about that. You know, like, assess what that means based on the place he wants to take you, because it does matter. Fuck what anybody is telling you, okay? Because a guy that really wants to woo you, he's going to try to impress you on the first date. It's just human nature. You got to think, like, from the perspective of, like, a little boy that's giddy about a girl. We're inner little girls, so they're the same way, and that's what they do when they're excited. So don't let some man be like, oh, I wanted to just do something small because I wanted to see what you was really about. That's some weak ass man shit. I almost said the N-word. That's some weak ass shit. A man wanting to do the most bare minimum shit on a first date to see if y'all click or not. He's not within budget, bitch. He's not within your budget, because that's him like saving money or trying to act like he's so valuable, or his time is so much valuable, more valuable than him being able to take you out to a fucking nice dinner. Fuck no, okay? And this is coming from a girl who dates multi-millionaires. The real men with the money ain't doing shit like that. That's corny as fuck, okay? And they don't have time for a fucking coffee in the middle of the day, okay? So let that sink. And I also don't agree to like meeting for drinks thing, because it's like, I'm not trying to get fucked up with you. Like, I'm not even trying to sip drinks with you like that. Like, on the first date, like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Pay attention to those things, okay? So the gentle redirect, though, is what you would use in those situations. So you could be like, oh, that's so sweet, but I prefer whatever you prefer. Or, oh, that sounds nice, but I'm actually more of a blank girl. You know? Like, you just kind of got to set yourself up. But I usually just tap out if that were to happen. It hasn't happened to me since literally like 2021 when I lived in Atlanta. Because, you know, that's what you get with Atlanta sometimes. But a lot of men just know the standard. Like, babe, the least you can do is a fucking nice dinner, if I'm even slightly showing interest in you. You know what I mean? So have that standard. And then, of course, the nonverbal cues. So a well-timed glance at something you like triggers an instinct, triggers his instinct to offer. So if you're in a store somewhere with him, or you're doing something fun and you're chilling, or you're sitting there scrolling your phone and something pops up and you're like, ooh, babe, look, I love this. Indirect. Yeah, direct. You know what I'm saying? I call that the nonverbal cue, okay? And then, of course, the last thing, because, fuck, I'm already at 15 minutes. I just may as well finish it, though, okay? These are the mistakes that will kill the provider instinct, okay? Like I said, the acting overly independent. So the I can do it by myself energy makes him feel unnecessary, and men want to feel needed. The being too transactional, so men don't want to feel like ATMs. They want to feel needed and admired. You can make a man feel nurtured, valued, everything without giving him anything. So I'll never forget that. The over-explaining why you deserve something. Your energy should say it without words. You should never have to explain to a man why you want something, why you have the standards you have, whatever. I will literally ghost a man if he ever put me in that position. Why the fuck do I have to explain to you that I want this nice-ass dinner? That's insane. And I've never had to do that. But that's insane, okay? Anybody that ever would put me in that position, you're blocked. I'm not even fixing to do this stupid ass shit. Shit like that is stupid to me. I'm not finna do this stupid ass shit. Go be a fucking man, bro. Go learn how to be a man, and then fucking hopefully meet a woman that you might be worthy enough to have, because fuck, okay? And then the last thing is not maintaining exclusivity, okay? So men spend freely on women who feel hard to get, not easy to replace, okay? I'm gonna repeat that again. Men spend money freely on women who feel hard to get, okay? Not easy to replace. Not like, oh, if I could just go get another bad bitch, it's just gonna easily hand me some pussy. Sure, fuck it. She's not worth it. But the girl that's holding out, the girl that knows her standard, the girl that doesn't care if you text back or not, the girl who expects you to really put in plans and make some shit happen, that girl he crashing out about. And that's what you want. Okay? So yeah, these are the things that unlock the provision in a man, okay? Obviously, make him feel like a winner, okay? Men love to impress, so always be grateful. Never impress. Always be grateful. Thank you so much. I value this so much, babe. I appreciate what you did for me. Oh, thank you for this wonderful night together. Things like that, okay? The little things too, like praising him in the essence of, you know, I love when you make me feel special. You know, I love when you make me feel like that. You know, I love when you go the extra mile for me. Little things, okay? It's like petting a puppy. And then, of course, keep that mystery alive, okay? Men spend when they feel like they're investing in something valuable and rare. So how valuable and how rare are you, okay? I love you. I'm wrapping up this video now because I wanted it to be 12 minutes and it's fucking 17. So either way, I love you, and I'll see you on Friday. Make sure you're tapped into the show every single morning. Make sure you click the links in my description box to connect with me or work with me if you're interested. And yeah, toodles.